Okay, what is up, everybody? Welcome to my kickoff of E3 2015. Every year I like to cover the press conferences and the gaming news and coverage for you guys in a highlights video. Let's get right into it. Today we're going to be doing two, actually. I got a bonus video for you. This is going to be the Bethesda Game Studios press conference. It is their first E3 press conference. And then we're going to actually talk a little bit about Nintendo World Championships 2015, because there's actually a couple of things that were revealed during that tournament. And I'm going to try to condense these videos as much as I can with multiple press conferences so it's easier for you guys to watch. So let's get right into it. Bethesda Studios kicked off their press conference with Doom. Doom started it off. Doom gameplay shown. I have quotes here. Now, I'm actually doing it old school this year. I usually type all my notes up, but I'm actually handwritten these notes. So I got tons and tons of papers all over, and I literally just got done with the show seconds ago. So I'm actually just recuperating and looking through my notes that I jotted down of some of the highlights that I wanted to talk about. That'll be pretty much the way that I cover the rest of the press conferences as well. So back to Doom. I put down looks incredible. It really did. Jaw-dropping graphics. One thing that really struck me about Doom was the animations. They were very fluent. They were very interesting. The way that he was switching weapons with the weapon wheel, how they were doing the ammo and everything, and everything looked really smooth and eye-catching. You could really see the technology that it's really being pushed now with these systems. Punching off heads off of enemies, blood squirting out. Ripped an enemy's arm off and used his handprint on a fingerprint sensor. The classic chainsaw is back. Took the chainsaw, cut people in half. The crowd was going nuts. Had that classic Doom music running in the background. I thought that was pretty cool. And a really big part of the Doom show was actually multiplayer. That's right, multiplayer coming to Doom. Fast-paced, arena-styled combat. Everywhere from buildings to hell itself. Awesome guns. Awesome power-ups. Shows multiplayer gameplay. They're introducing something called Snap Map. It is a user-generated map levels system. It's easy to use, easy to design. Complete custom map levels that you could share with friends and share on an online system using Snap Map, where your friends and multiple people can go in and join and actually check out and rate your level and go through it and play through it, and you could drop everything in, show where the enemies go. Customize the complete map yourself. That looks really cool. That's going to keep the game fresh. That's going to keep the game, with a lot of content. I can't wait to see what people come up with. We got some creative people out there. I can't wait to see what some of these maps are like. I hope to create some myself and share them on my channel. So that looks really fun. I love when games do that, like Little Big Planet. So custom user designed levels are always awesome in a game, in my opinion. So share instantly. It is coming out spring of 2016, so we don't have an exact release date, but we do have the time frame, and we know that it's not coming out this year. So it is coming out in 2016. So not too bad. Spring, if it doesn't change between now and then. And then they introduced Bethesda.net. It is going to be their way going forward. It's going to be a hub for everything that they do, as far as news, as far as features, videos, guides, all your games in one area, Bethesda.net. More on that soon. Going to my second page here. They talked about Battlecry. They did show gameplay. They announced that a beta is coming out later this year, later in the fall. Arcane Studios takes the stage. As soon as I saw that, you kind of know, as far as what the rumors were and everything, you kind of know what that's going to be about. Of course, it was Dishonored 2. It was officially confirmed. Gameplay was showing. Female protagonist Emily looks incredible. Looks really good. I actually was quite impressed by the graphics. The art style I loved the art style of the first Dishonored. This looks like it really goes back to that original style and just ups it a bit, gives it that next gen look and feel. And then of course they Well, not of course, but they actually announced Dishonored Definitive Edition, which I actually kind of thought was coming. It is coming this fall. It's pretty much the original Dishonored remastered for PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. It is coming. So they talked about Elder Scrolls Online, a Tamriel edition, um, Elder Scrolls Legends, a strategy card game was announced. So brand new game announced, Elder Scrolls Legends, kind of like a Hearthstone kind of type game. If you're into, you know, if you're into strategy online card games, I know some people are, um, especially some people that follow me. I know they were really into that Gwent game on Witcher 3, and I know there's some hardcore Hearthstone players out there, so people are looking forward to that. I'll probably definitely check it out. And then the big man himself, Todd Howard, took the stage. Of course, Fallout 4. I'm a huge Todd Howard fan. I love listening to him. I find him very interesting. He's a huge inspiration to me. I went back and read his biography years ago, and the guy's a genius. And it's great seeing him take a stage at E3 and talk about what he loves. And the guy is so freaking passionate about what he does as far as Elder Scrolls and Fallout. He's just a gem to have. It kind of reminds me of like Mark Cerny with PlayStation. He's just a really, really smart guy and knows his craft. So, of course, Todd Howard takes the stage. I've been working on the game for a long time. I put in quotes here, going to show you a lot tonight, and he definitely did. He started off by showing us stills. Looked kind of like concept art. And then he says that the game is actually, he's not going to spoil anything. He doesn't want to spoil nothing. But he said that it starts before the bombs fell. So it's like the very beginning of how everything went down. It's like a weekend afternoon. Everybody's happy singing, blah, 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 in the kitchen, sun shining through. The game has an amazing art direction. It's definitely got a different color palette than what we're used to. It's bright, vibrant. At least it starts off that way. And then it goes right into the character creation where he's actually sculpting. And he put in quote here, no sliders. You actually take the controller and use it as almost like a brush. It kind of reminded me of like what's the one I was just playing the other day actually? Project Spark on Microsoft. It kind of reminds me of that where you're molding stuff. He was molding the eyes in. He was doing the eyebrows. He was customizing the hair. Looks really cool. And you could play as a female too now. So that's kind of neat. And that whole thing with getting rid of the sliders, I think that was a good move. And he says, within no time you could design a really, really, really involved character. It's actually pretty intense. It's a very powerful tool. It's actually Todd Howard said it's the same engine that was used in the game to make the NPCs. Opened the refrigerator, showed Nuka-Cola in there, and then he filled out the registration form with his name and everything. And they recorded over 1,000 names in the database to say, so that's cool. So they definitely took their time with the little fine details. Sirens going off. The guy comes to the door, tells them their vault is ready for the whole family, except they can't take the robot. Sirens go off. They're on their way to the vault. Again, no story spoilers. Vault 111. Todd Howard says, create the character you want, go where you want, and do what you want. It's your game. You customize it. Full rendering and lighting. Dynamic dialogue. First and third person. Shows the German Shepherd that we saw in the reveal trailer. Shows how he does tricks and gives him commands to do different things. Shows the VAT system. Amazing graphics, I put in quotes. Really, really looking good. It's official. It is in downtown Boston. Massive world to explore. The Pip-Boy is back. Shows the Pip-Boy off. Shows the stats. Shows the items. Shows different menus that you could go through. Your regular vault stuff. Your Pip-Boy stuff that you're used to in the previous Fallouts. And then actually it's got little guy puts like a cartridge in, like an old gaming cartridge, and actually plays games. There's actually little mini games that you could play on your Pip-Boy. It's crazy, I know. Donkey Kong-like game. Then to me, this was the highlight of the event. For me, this was the highlight of the whole entire press conference. He actually says you can own your own Pip-Boy. Comes with the collector's edition. And then he says, and that's not all. Opens it up and puts his phone in it. The phone does have a Pip-Boy app, and it can act as a second screen. It is going to be available for iOS and Android. Very, very, very cool. Definitely interested to seeing that. I think it's going to be well worth the money. It looks absolutely incredible. I mean, who wouldn't want this damn thing, right? And then, what's really cool, this was another really shocker, showed a new mobile game. The mobile game is called Fallout Shelter. A couple cool things about this game. It takes a lot of older games as far as their influences, such as SimCity. You could build rooms. You could feed people. You have to take care of everybody. There's training. There's rewards. There's loot. And the best thing that I could tell you about it is that it's going to be in the iOS App Store and the Android App Store, and it's free. And not only is it free, yeah, it's available today. It's available tonight on the on your App Store. So go out and get it. I will definitely be getting it tonight after I'm done recording this. I'm going to be trying it out, and I'll definitely have a review on my iOS app review. I'm going to be getting it on my iPad, so definitely psyched about that. That was cool. Fallout 4 level editor. Make your own world. Build your own house, including the doghouse. Generators powered electricity. Customize everything the way you want it. There will be thousands of interactive items and activities. Customizable weapons and base weapons. You can actually take a base weapon and modify it. Endless amounts of customization in the game. Modify your own powerful armor as well. And then one of the big highlights of the press conference was the release date. Yes, it's coming out in 2015, and it's coming out November 10th. Whew, I'm on record time here. So very, very cool. Make sure I didn't skip nothing. All right, very cool. So hats off to Bethesda. I thought that their first E3 press conference was really good. I really thought they did a great job. Very cool. And like I said, it's always interesting to hear what Todd Howard has to say. So, let's talk about the Nintendo World Championships 2015. This actually was about an hour or so ended right before Bethesda came on stage. And I know that I'm going to be covering Nintendo's Direct digital event on Tuesday morning, but some stuff was leaked today. And actually, they made some announcements during the World Championship editions, so that was pretty neat. John Numbers is the winner. He is the 2015 winner. He faced off against Cosmo. Both great players, in my opinion. I was rooting for Cosmo, but they're both great. Congratulations to him. He did a really good job. It was actually really fun. If I had to sum this up, I think Nintendo did a really good job. I loved the games they had. They had the Legend of Zelda, the original. They opened up with Splatoon. I thought that was awesome. They did some Smash Brothers with Reggie. That was kind of funny. They did Mario Kart, and they did a whole mess of them. It was really, really well done, I thought. And the games that they did, I thought really, really were really well done. So more details on Mario Maker. It's interesting because actually the last stage in the competition was actually user-created Mario Maker levels, and they were really, really well done. And they were tough. So you got to remember now, the players don't know what they're playing. They don't have the level memorized. They're going in there with blindfolded. It was cool. It really showed off Mario Maker, and I thought it was a really good way to end the competition. So that was cool. There was a new game announced during the championships. It was called Blast Ball. It is on the 3DS. It looked really fun. It looked really good. And it is a multiplayer focused game. Looked really, really cool. Kind of reminded me of it reminded me of a lot of things, but almost like a Titanfall kind of a game. Pretty neat, like Titanfall versus meets soccer, or some kind of crazy mesh, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely a cool idea, I thought. I'm definitely going to be checking it out. Some Amiibo was leaked today. And some amiibo was announced today, including Rob the robot, Falco, um, the Mii fighters like the Mii Gunner, the Mii Brawl, the Mii Sword Fighter, and a few others. I saw some leaked shots of Tom Nook, and it looks like a couple Animal Crossing figures. Very cool. An 8-bit Mario to use in Mario Maker. Looked really cool. He's like actually coming out of the pipe, so that was kind of neat. Um, oh, um, Duck Hunt, the dog and the duck. That was pretty cool. Amiibo announced, and some of them are coming out in September, and I think July. I have to double check on that. And then the other, last but not least, was Smash Brothers DLC that actually came out today. You can actually buy it now in the eShop as a bundle. I believe everything is sold separately, but you can get a bundle for like $21 for just the Wii U, or $29. That'll get you the Wii U and the 3DS version of Ryu from Street Fighter, Lucas, and a whole mess of stages and costumes and customization things for your Mii Fighter. So you definitely want to check that out. It's been a busy day. I got a couple days, of straight video game coverage on the way. This is just the start of it. But so far, I'm impressed and having a lot of fun covering E3 for you guys. It's a joy and love of mine, and I love to get this information out to you. Write in the comments below. Tell me about your opinions so far on E3. Tell me what you liked announced. Tell me what you're excited for. Tell me in the days coming what you want to hear announced, what you're hoping for. And my coverage will continue all week, continuing tomorrow with Microsoft. We got Ubi, we got EA, we got Nintendo, Sony, Square Enix, all left. And quite a few actually tomorrow. I believe like 4 or 5, like 4 press conferences tomorrow. Then we got a couple Tuesday. So, and then of course the stage shows showing off the games for the next few days. So I'll be telling you my opinions and thoughts on that as well. So it's going to be E3 madness this week. And then my gameplay coverage on the channel will continue next week after E3. Take care, everybody, and I will see you on the next E3 video. Bye-bye now.